back with another pen review, and today it is an Asvine pen, and it is a pen that was sent to me by Brownie because he's my sponsor, and I'm excited to look at it with you guys. I haven't really done anything with it, so this is my first impressions. All right, let's switch a shot and go. All right, I thought I would show you the full packaging right here of this Asvine pen. I always think it has to be vine because they end it on a rose, and it could be like a vine from a plant, but I do not know for sure. The box is multicolored. It says write and record your good life, and then on the back it has the pen information. It is a vacuum fountain pen, and it is the V169 with a fine nib. Now, of course, this is a sleeve. It's a cardboard sleeve, and you take that off to actually have the box of the pen. It's a lot of packaging, in my opinion. I don't really love a lot of packaging, but it is what it is. It makes it look a little more high-end, I guess. Anyway, this is not a converter pen. This is a vacuum filling pen, but apparently they give you the instructions for all the types of pens. And here's the vacuum filling one. And now I would like to think that I know how to do this, so I'm just gonna wing it. But yeah, it comes with an instruction manual, and then it's a plastic box. Now, I have opened this before. There was a sleeve, a plastic sleeve around the pen. I couldn't really get it back on, so I just put it back in the box like this. It comes in this, I think it's just styrofoam material, which is all right. It's not the softest material. It's quite firm, actually, but it works. It keeps the pen in place. And then here we have the vacuum filler V169 in all its beautiful glory. And it is actually a quite beautiful pen. Now, Brownie sent this to me. Doc Brownie, he's my supplier of pens. I think he's now my official sponsor. I didn't buy this myself, but I might because it is a cool looking pen. It's just like a metal overlay on a plastic pen. Now it says Asvine on the cap. Nothing else much on here. Clip is there. It's very usable. I don't mind the clip. It's funny because I feel like this is not a very industrial pen, and then the clip feels kind of industrial to me, but that's personal. That's my camera. A camera, wave hello. Okay, it won't. But it's very shiny and very heavy. When I first held this pen, I was like, this is such a heavy pen. And I weighed it. The total pen is 53 grams without ink. Now the cap alone is 22 grams. So without the cap, which is a screw cap, you can screw it off, it is 31 grams, if I'm correct, and it is a solid feeling pen. As you can see, lengthwise, it is great. This is not really a pen you post. I don't think you can actually post it. I'll try it very gently because I don't want to scratch that chromey material. Yeah, you cannot post this pen. Not comfortably, at least. Not without waving it about and sending it flying. But you don't really need to. It is very, very large and heavy. Grip, I would say it could be a little bit slippery. If you have sweaty hands, it's going to be slippery. The threads of the cap are not sharp. So you can grip it either here. If you want more grippiness, you can grip it at the threads. It's not sharp. Nib, honestly, it looks like just a generic Chinese nib. It has a scroll work that reminds me of a Jowo nib, but I think it's just an Asvine nib. It has Asvine in the logo on it. Information, wow. A logo, and it looks quite thin. The material looks quite thin. Now, I'm suspecting that Brownie is going to switch out the nib in this pen because that's what he tends to do, but I'm going to review it as is because that's what I have. So that's what I'll do. Anyway, I love this finish. I really do. It's really cool. And I like the blue because I love blue. What does bother me a little bit is where the overlay stops. So I wish it went down all the way to the cap, but the cap has this like blue section right here that I wish was just like, I wish this was all the way down. But I guess for the price, it's not an expensive pen. You can't really ask for that. All right, now I'm gonna get an ink. I'm gonna ink it up on camera so you can see how the vac filler sort of works. It's really hard to show because I would have to tilt it, but I'm still gonna try. All right, let me grab an ink. All right, I have an ink. I have some paper stuff to wipe the nib. I've chosen bilberry. Bilberry is one of my favorite purple. It's like a blurple ink. It's just really lovely, and I know it's quite wet, and I want to use an ink that I know the properties of a little bit. I always struggle with opening this bottle because it's very saturated ink and it can get stuck sometimes. And I do this thing which you should not do. And I ram it on the side of the table. It's still stuck, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna be right back because I'm failing at opening this bottle. Clean the rim of your bottles. I love our bloopers. Yes, clean the rim of your bottles. Don't hit the cap of the bottle against the edge of your desk. You should definitely not do that. I did not do that, of course. That was just an illusion. It did not happen. So yeah, it didn't happen. Also, this is a sign that I need to use bilberry more often, obviously. Okay, pulling back, piston rod. Let's see how that motion is. Ooh, that feels pretty good. Feels really solid, which is nice. And then I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. And I'm gonna see if I can keep it tilted so you can see the ink. Maybe okay, that was great. Maybe I should zoom in a little more, but we're gonna do it like this. Are we? Okay, no. Okay, let's see if we can get an ink shot in there. Okay. Ooh, and there we are. It's not completely full. You could get it completely full if you want. There's a trick for it. I'm not gonna show you now because it is a messy, messy situation. Also, I have like 10 pens inked already, so I don't think I should actually fully fill it. So yeah, that's how you fill a vacuum pen. It's funny because it looks like it has an ink reservoir right here, because there's ink there and it's not flowing back like the other ink. It might just be that if I pull it back a little bit, it will come, but I don't know. It's interesting. I didn't read about this having a reservoir, but it might well have one, which is nice. Now, it's a vacuum filling pen, so I'm gonna keep this unscrewed and slightly pulled out so the flow will be good. Always gotta be careful when you're pushing it back in. Cleaning, 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 cleaning. As you can see, I dropped some ink droplets, so I'll clean that too, and I'll be right back with you and a writing sample. All right, ready for a writing sample. Finally. Yeah, I'm really curious. As you can tell, I haven't used it yet because I hadn't inked it up yet. As always, promising Asvine, V169. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. That's as far as it will go today. It's a vacuum filler. It's about 40 bucks is what I'm seeing, which is not bad for a vac filler. It's interesting. It's not very smooth, but it's also not very not smooth. I would say medium smooth. Like, it's not scratchy. Like, it doesn't get caught on the paper. It's just a little toothy. And also, what I can tell that on the downstrokes, occasionally it will stop. But maybe it's just the ink drying on the nib. I do not know. It is very fine. It's a fine nib, and I would say it is fairly dry. Do I like writing with it? It's It's very heavy. It's very heavy, and it feels really back heavy somehow. Oh, I'm off camera, I'm sorry. It's back heavy, and I don't know. It's not my favorite experience. This area feels very heavy as opposed to this area, which is not that heavy. And it wouldn't be a pen for long stretches of writing for me. Like, I could pull it out for a quick note, but I don't think I would actually use this for long sessions. If you like back heavy pens, it would be okay. But it's kind of strange. I wonder where it comes from, whether the piston knob is really heavy. But that's kind of what it seems like. Love it? Question mark? Not really. Not really. I think it looks good, but because of the weight and the dry nib, it's a standard nib. Dry nib, I would like forego this pen. If you have a nib lying around that you want to switch in, go ahead. If you don't mind back heavy pens, you do you. It might be a worthy purchase because it is very pretty. But right now, for me, this is not actually it. Alright, hope it was informative. I don't generally do very negative reviews, but this is just not my pen, and I guess that's okay. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. I'll try to get back to you in a timely manner. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.